while listening to Mike Guido and Josh Tariff. Buckle up! Buckle up!
All right, here we are.
Mike and Josh.
It's great to have you here
Mike and Josh.
on Mike and
Mike and
Josh.
Josh. Spit the facts.
Oh, how I missed you.
Great.
Let's run it back. Run it back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in. Good afternoon, world, and all who inhabit it. This is Mike and Josh exclusively on the Grid Network. I am Mike Guido. That is Josh Tariff. It is great to have you here on another Thursday evening. Took the week off yesterday. A very busy week for me, by the way. But we are back. We are here.
Yeah, we are.
I have my Big Mac here to eat during the break.
Wait. Is it a Big Mac or is it an arch, a big arch or whatever the new one is?
No, it's a Big Mac. It's a traditional Big Mac. Uber Eats is doing a thing where if you spent like $15, you got a free Big Mac. So this is the free Big Mac.
But then they added $15 in fees?
No. It actually came out to like $21 or something like that for the whole thing.
Okay.
But it turned out to be pretty good. Anyway, it's great to have you here. We have plenty of stuff to cover today. The NFL has just kind of been like firing.
Madness.
Like beyond what's been going on. David Montgomery gets traded. DJ Moore got traded to the Bills today.
Yep.
We'll obviously talk about that. All of the rumors surrounding Maxx Crosby, we'll obviously touch on that as well. But first, and by the way, let's not forget, outside of the NFL, Jason Tatum is coming back
in under 10 months.
That's
from rupturing his Achilles.
So, listen, I have my opinion on that. And we'll probably talk about that next, to be honest.
Sure.
But I have my thoughts on that. That'll come up in like 15, 20 minutes. But where we start today, Josh, KYLER Murray is being let go from the Arizona Cardinals. His time seems to be up in Arizona. This is I don't want to, it certainly isn't a surprise. I mean, I think a lot of people saw the end coming to this regime. And it's been a very, up and down tenure, I think, for KYLER Murray in Arizona, right? He's had some years where he's looked really good, especially earlier in his career. He was looking very solid. But then the injuries kind of caught up with him, Josh. I mean, he just couldn't really stay healthy. He couldn't get back to his former self. He's no longer like a super spring chicken. He's going to be entering his age 29 season, which is not old by any stretch of the imagination, but he certainly isn't a kid anymore. So, this is an interesting storyline, Josh, and there's two ways really to approach this, right? There's the Arizona Cardinal perspective of this, and then there's the KYLER Murray perspective of this. What is your main takeaway right now, Josh? KYLER Murray being released by the Arizona Cardinals, his tenure in Arizona now over.
Do you by chance have how much money he's being paid by Arizona?
I don't have it on hand, but we can bring that up.
Well, as you bring that up, because that I think is a big factor in all this, because KYLER Murray, when you look at his body of work, he had an above 500 record once.
Yeah.
In his tenure in Arizona. And that was in 2021, where he only played 14 games. So it is a little skewed because it wasn't the full season, which was then also his only year where he made a playoff appearance where they lost that one game. So when you draft a guy to try to change the franchise and to turn around what I know everyone, we obviously joke about, like the Jets and the Browns being like the most abysmal franchises. Well, the Cardinals are the oldest one to never win anything. So this was the franchise. They're like, oh, maybe now this is the guy. We see some Cam Newton in him, with maybe even a better arm per se. Like, oh, this guy, he's shorter, but he can help us rejuvenate, and get back in this NFC West. And then in the midst of that, the Rams got better, the Niners got better, the Seahawks got better, and the Cardinals never got better, no matter how many years they have tried with him.
Yeah.
And I mean, his career, he has a career record of 38, 48, and 1. That's not a starting quarterback.
Right. Right.
And yeah. Okay. Oh, what about weapons? Well, he had Larry Fitzgerald. He's had Marvin Harrison Jr. He's had Trey McBride.
Mm-hmm.
James Conner rejuvenated his career when he went to Arizona. So it's not like he didn't have pieces to help.
Yeah.
So it was time. It was time for Arizona, like, hey, this did not work. We wish you the best. You're getting a ton of money from us. And now, could he potentially get one more chance somewhere? Yes, because he would be getting such a discount for him this coming season.
Mm-hmm.
But he ain't going to last the entire season unless something miraculous happens.
Yeah, I always felt talent-wise, Kyler Murray had the makings of something that could have been really special. Obviously he's undersized. Like that was, everybody made that point clear, right? 5'10", really kind of an undersized quarterback. Even during his like pre-draft stuff, I mean, he was kind of awkward behind a microphone, and there were certainly some issues with Kyler, but at the same time, you saw it, and then you were just like, okay, like this is like a better version of Johnny Football, right? Like this is a version of Johnny Football that we actually think could work. Like the arm was there. I mean, Kyler Murray throws a really tight football. He really does. And he's a supreme athlete. But again, that's the thing is the injuries just kill him. Yeah. They just kill him. So at this point, you have to kind of ask yourself, like, is Kyler Murray actually an answer for somebody? I would bet you that there's going to be a team out there that'll give him a shot. But that's why I kind of want to look at this also from a Kyler Murray perspective, is there's even the rumor of him playing baseball again.
Yeah, I don't believe that one.
Listen, maybe that's far-fetched, but the fact that conversation's even happening has really kind of shown you what people think about what Kyler Murray is now, right?
Yeah.
It isn't like it was a couple of years ago where Kyler Murray was, putting together decent seasons. His 2024 wasn't bad for him. But before that, it was injury. I mean, you're going back like now 5 years since his last Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm. And we're talking Shedeur Sanders, Joe Flacco making Pro Bowl. And
right.
And Kyler Murray has not in 5 years.
Yeah. Right.
And Cardinals are paying him $36.8 million.
Yep.
To not play for them next year.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I think this begs the question too, what's the next lane for Arizona now? Because if they're paying that much money for Kyler Murray to not be their quarterback, what are they going to do for the person that is going to be their quarterback? Because do they have I want to look at their depth chart at the moment.
I mean, Jacoby Brissett, we know he's a classic bridge quarterback.
Is Jacoby Brissett? He is. He's still under contract there. Okay.
Right. And we know he's a classic bridge quarterback. He played well given the circumstances this year.
Mm-hmm.
So it would not surprise me if
they ran it with
him.
Just
rolled with him this year, and whatever happened.
Next year's draft, which is loaded with quarterbacks. And take a flyer on one of those kids. I mean, that might be the plan.
And I mean, that is probably the more likely plan. Now, you and I don't like to do the more likely plans. We like to get chaotic, on the show.
Yeah.
So let me throw this at you because we love chaos. The Cardinals have two very, very good skill players in Marvin Harrison Jr. and arguably the best tight end, or at least top 2 or 3 tight end in Trey McBride.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to make those guys angry because that's all you got right now. So the last thing you want is for them to want to request trades or not. So I know Harrison's still on his rookie deal. I don't know off the top of my head what McBride's contract is.
Mm-hmm.
But what if the Cardinals had to try to go all in now to try to make them happy?
Right. Well, yeah.
And I'm looking at the Raiders with the number 1 pick in the draft.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
How much do you like Mendoza? How much do you love Mendoza? Is Mendoza a franchise-changing quarterback, or is he just the best quarterback this year?
I think Mendoza's pretty damn good. Here's the thing. I don't think Mendoza is Trevor Lawrence or Caleb Williams. I don't think he's that. He's not an Andrew Luck type player.
Okay.
But could he be what Bryce Young and CJ Stroud were in their year? Yeah, I think he could be. I would give Fernando Mendoza credit for being not just the best quarterback in a weak quarterback class. I think you could have made the argument that he would have been maybe not the best, but one of the 2 or 3 best in next year's class too.
Okay.
I think Mendoza's that kind of good.
Okay. So honestly, if to me, based on how you described it, if the Cardinals have the same mindset that you do,
Mm-hmm.
I will not make the suggestion that I'm about to do or make the move I'm about to suggest.
Yeah.
If they feel that he could be a Trevor Lawrence type player,
mm-hmm.
the Cardinals need to give their number 3 pick for this year and 2 future first-round picks to the Raiders for that number 1 spot. Well, at the same time, then what do the Raiders do? You sign KYLER Murray to the minimum for 1 year.
Oh, there you go.
if he pans out, awesome. You got him for a bargain, and then you work something out, and you got a new Baker Mayfield on your roster. If he doesn't,
mm-hmm.
you already have a top pick from your own. You're going to have multiple picks from the Cardinals. You have a much deeper quarterback class next year, and now you got more draft compensation because you need some of everything
mm-hmm.
on the Raiders.
Yeah.
So the Cardinals to me would be the only team, because now they officially decided to get rid of KYLER Murray. If anyone were to try to get that pick from Mendoza, it would be the Cardinals. And at the same time, then KYLER Murray could get a shot for the Raiders. Now, let's just say that far-fetched trade doesn't happen and everything stays as it is. We got teams like the Jets. We got teams like the Steelers. We got, we got teams like Miami.
Yeah.
I don't know how Houston still feels about CJ Stroud. And if you can get KYLER Murray for $2 million for 1 season to try to prove himself, which one of those teams makes the most sense for him to go to?
Right. Well, I think the team that kind of that I would suggest go out and do this is the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Jets would be somewhat of a decent fit here, just because look, you need a change of pace at quarterback. You've seen KYLER Murray have success. You clearly can't draft them. You know what I mean? So
right.
If you can find a way to, maybe spark something out of a guy who has who's genuinely had success in this league. That's the thing that I think people need to remember is that I know that it's been a while for KYLER Murray, but he has shown signs of real brilliance in the past. Like, he's not a complete lost cause. This is not the same as like a Justin Fields experiment.
So as Carson Wentz. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, there are guys that have shown it once upon a time.
Sure, right. But but listen, I think that the Carson Wentz fall off is I would argue that the Carson Wentz fall off is quite more than what we've seen out of Kyler Murray the past few years. Kyler Murray's main issue is not that he's bad, it's that he's not healthy.
Yeah.
That's Kyler Murray's thing, right? Carson Wentz went from really good to really bad in like a split second. Kyler Murray is not that way.
He's one example. I mean, but Kyler Murray, I mean, he's having the injuries. Now if all of a sudden he travels a little bit, maybe has an occasional good game here or there, but he has been injury prone.
Sure, of course. Well, and that's the thing. Like, the idea that you're suggesting is that if you're a team like, the Jets or the Raiders, right, in your scenario where they trade the number one pick, like if you're a team like that and you want to take a flyer on Kyler Murray, and if it works out great, then I think like listen, this is primarily stemming from my idea that the Jets can't draft a quarterback. They can't draft and develop a quarterback. So try a different approach, right? Bring in somebody who has had success in the league. Bring in somebody who has, again, like Kyler Murray is not, like I said, like we haven't seen him play super, super poorly yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I think there's reason to think that he could still be successful.
Okay, let me throw this question at you. So let's just say we're the Jets, or you can pick the Steelers. Pick a team that desperately needs a quarterback right now. Like, you name them.
That
you have the choice that like desperately need to bring one in for free agency because you're not going to draft one because you're not going to have the first pick. So let's just say
the Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals. Well, we got to kind of rule them out now from this. But honestly, Jacoby Brissett might be better than all the options that I'm about to give you. So they might be exempt from this. So let's just say you're the Jets, in this case, to keep it simple. Kyler Murray, Malik Willis, Aaron Rodgers. I know the Jets aren't taking Aaron Rodgers again, but if you were just a team, those are your top three available quarterbacks right now. And knowing him, you could probably throw Joe Flacco in there again because he just never leaves.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, you can also throw Kirk Cousins in there. So there's 5.
Yeah.
Many of which you can get for the minimum.
Yeah.
If you have a team that is trying to push this, which one of them are you taking? Is Kyler Murray at the top of that list?
I think so.
He's not.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. Who are you taking?
Of that list of 5 that I just gave, if it's a 1-year bridge, at this rate, I'll take the shot at Malik Willis.
I think that's a little loony. I think that's a little loony too.
With those, I would take the shot at him. And then it's a toss-up for number 2 between Kyler Murray and Kirk Cousins.
Malik Willis started, count it, 1 game last year.
Oh, I know. I'm aware.
And I'm not telling you that Malik Willis is bad. I'm just saying that, you would take Malik Willis over Kyler Murray right now.
If I was doing a 1-year shot with somebody for a team that desperately needs a quarterback, and hey, if it doesn't work, you're going to have a high draft pick in a deeper class of next year, I take the shot at Malik Willis over Kyler Murray.
I mean, okay, look, all right. No, because listen,
I'm getting the I'm not mad, I'm disappointed response.
No. It's actually not that at all. It's more of like, because I really think it depends on how you approach this. I really do. Like, I think it really depends on how you look at this whole thing. if you're like a full-blown believer that Malik Willis is a franchise quarterback,
No,
then that's what I'm getting
but
at.
neither is Kyler Murray.
Well, look, here's the thing. Kyler Murray has already shown that he can be. You know what I mean? Like, and that's really been my whole argument here, is that Malik Willis has literally one game under his belt. Literally one. Like, that we're really hanging our bets on. Kyler Murray has had seasons of, like, okay, he's looked really good. Like, Malik Willis screams Matt Flynn all over again. Like, that's what that feels like to me. You know what I mean? So, like, Kyler Murray.
But your definition of him looking brilliant is, at best, he's had a season of 9-5. I mean, that's his best. That's his best work. Because I get, there are a couple years where the yards were impressive.
Right.
Sure,
he's never had wins. He's never been the number 1 seed. But keep in mind too,
or the 2 or 3. I mean,
I get that, but listen, Josh, we just finished talking about how, like, we always dog the Browns and the Jets, and like, you want to talk about teams that haven't won anything? You brought it up yourself. The Cardinals can't win 100%. Anything.
Absolutely.
You know, look, I'm just saying that the reality is this. My view on Kyler Murray is more not that he is a poor player. I don't think Kyler Murray is a bad NFL quarterback. I think he is an unhealthy NFL quarterback. He's somebody that struggles to stay on the field. If he is somebody that can remain on the field, he can produce for you. Now, again, does that mean I think he'll go somewhere and he'll flourish? No. I mean, I could be totally wrong and be like, okay, like, the experiment with Kyler Murray's over. But I also think if I'm banking on who I think is more likely to be successful, if like a team like the Jets or Cleveland or the Steelers or something like that went out and brought in a guy for a year or two, I think who I think is most likely to be successful or most likely to show glimpses of being a franchise quarterback, I'd probably stake my claim on Kyler Murray over everybody else. Like, Kirk Cousins is done. Aaron Rodgers is obviously done. Joe Flacco is, again, he's Jacoby Brissett at this point. Like, he's a bridge 1-year guy. And for how many years is that going to be the case? Like, if it's not Malik Willis, who has one game, granted, really good one game of play under his belt, I think I'm banking on Kyler Murray there. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I understand the reasoning. My one thing with Malik Willis, one game that he has started, but then there were a number of games where he then came in and was still able to guide, the Packers to victory. And he got a very raw deal in Tennessee because they drafted him, never really gave him a shot. And then they drafted Will Levis, and we see how great that turned out.
Right.
So I just really think, again, and I'm not suddenly saying Malik Willis is one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, because I know he is not. I think he could be in the top 25. So it's and
that's the goal.
and realistically, I don't really think, based on health and performance from the last couple of years, I don't think Kyler Murray is in the top 25 anymore. And obviously, if he's healthy, you could bounce right back into it. But I need to see something, because we know all these teams that we're mentioning have just as many pieces that they need to fill as Arizona does. Mm-hmm. So it's not like he's going to magically walk in to a Rams or Seahawks lineup and have every weapon you could dream of.
Well, I mean, listen, if he were to go somewhere like Pittsburgh, like, there's a shot he could have immediate success there. Like, that's not a barren roster. Granted, they need things, but you've got a decent enough running game. DK Metcalf is there. Like, you've got something, and a torturous defense, might I add too.
And you have Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Well, sort of, yeah. For however many games he played, sure, yeah. But I don't know. I'm not certain I'm ready to give up on it yet. Listen. I would Kyler Murray's got one more shot for me. That's really it. He's got one more shot. If he goes somewhere on a 1-year deal and plays like crap, it's over for him. That's really how I feel about it. But if he goes somewhere and he has success, okay. And that's what I'm thinking is especially if you're a team like the Jets, and I can't stress this point enough, if you're a team like the Jets and you simply cannot get the quarterback position right, you can't do it. You can't draft it. You can't develop it. You can't do anything. Okay. Signing Kyler Murray to a 1-year deal is not the same thing as signing Justin Fields. Justin Fields was never good. Kyler Murray was, and not that long ago. So I think there's at least a strategy there. You can take a flyer on Kyler Murray and not think we're just bridging for another year. You can actually experiment with that. So, okay. Alrighty. I think here, okay. So, yeah. Whew. Okay.
Starting hot.
Really. Yeah. A lot of debate for such a little man. I shouldn't really say that too. He's an inch shorter than me. I really shouldn't be talking any of that garbage. I really shouldn't. Anywho, let's go to our first break. When we come back, Jason Tatum is reportedly coming back to play for the Celtics for the rest of this season. Apparently starting tomorrow, which is bizarre to me. Does that change their outlook this season? Does it? I'll give it to you this way. Does it change my mind on their season? That's coming up next.
What up, Cowboys Nation? We are Cowboys Can Fan.
Like Canadian fan. And we're big Dallas Cowboy fans. We live stream every Dallas Cowboys game with our unapologetic, intoxicated play-by-play and color commentary, and we guarantee you won't find anything like this anywhere else.
We do that in the ring together?
We told you not so bland was here to stay, baby.
And if you like to have a couple cold ones,
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Crack 'em if you got 'em, son.
Crack 'em if you got 'em. And watch the Dallas Cowboys play football.
you need to join us 1 hour before the Cowboys kick off, throw your score prediction in our live chat, and if you're right, guess what? We'll send you a shirt, some Can Fan merch. Click the link, check us out, and subscribe if you like what we do.
Oh, and remember, BYOB.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Bring your own boosh.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Bryson Carver, and I'm the host of the Carving It Up podcast right here on the Grid Network, as well as my own personal YouTube channel, Carving It Up with Bryson Carver. On my show, talk about a number of the biggest topics in the world of sports, as well as culture and entertainment, and I include special segments such as Bryson's Best 10, The Vol View, and one of my favorites, Carving Up the Context. I also like to invite special guests on the show to get different insights and perspectives on topics, and most importantly, I love to hear from you, the audience, in the chat below. So check out Carving It Up 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube, Facebook, X, and on Instagram. Check the show out anywhere you get your podcasts as well as on the YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys.
Alex Rodriguez is coming out with a documentary, and it goes into detail. Like, he's never talked about the steroid part of it and all the pressure. You will do a lot more desperate things to try to stay relevant, and you can see that he was straining to be this person that he wasn't, instead of just being the person that he always should have been. Just, I'm Alex Rodriguez, because of imposter syndrome. He had to be somebody that he wasn't. goes to the Yankees, gets another big fucking contract. I empathize with that because when you're this great player and people are looking at you and they're looking through you, it makes you realize that maybe Alex doesn't matter. I have to be A-Rod.
Yo, this is Barry Grant Jr. I want to give a big shout out to Mike and Josh and be on the lookout for more clips from All Even Podcast.
This is Patrick L. Brown, lead journalist here at the Grid Network, reminding you to make sure that you check out all of the latest articles over on the Grid's webpage under the blog section. There you will find the hottest takes in sports mixed in with some mental health articles as well. Dare to be different? Enter the Grid, your new leaders in digital media, sports, and entertainment. As I always say, stay tuned.
Welcome back. Mike and Josh exclusively here on the Grid Network. I'm Mike Guido. That's Josh Tariff. Just in case you didn't know, the how's my hair today, Josh? Is it
it's actually better? I mean, I had not commented on it because it was not sticking out literally. So no, you look great. And you got the nice, olive from the light. It looks like an olive green fleece pullover.
It is not. It is brown. But
okay. Well, the lighting makes it look olive green.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's only so much you can ask for.
And you still got the the collared shirt under it.
Yeah.
I mean, I look like I just rolled out of bed, which is not.
But you know what?
Far-fetched.
You know what? You can afford to do that though.
Why is that?
Why do you think, buddy? Just the glitz and the glam of the.
Oh,
you.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Yeah. All right. We have plenty of stuff to cover today. The NFL has been going crazy with moves. DJ Moore getting moved. Again, all of the rumors that have been swirling. I mean, the Cowboys are trying to extend George Pickens, and there's a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So we have plenty of stuff to cover today, but let's shift our focus to the NBA real quick. So Jason Tatum reportedly is going to be coming back from was it a torn ACL?
Achilles,
even worse. It was a torn Achilles. And he'll be coming back in less than 10 months starting tomorrow. If you remember, Josh and I did a little bit of like contender, pretender, buy or sell with NBA teams. And I was strictly saying that the only way that we were playing that game was like, did we buy whether or not they could win the finals? Not if they could make a playoff run, not if that, like, none of that. Like, I wanted teams that could legitimately push for the finals. And I was I shouldn't say completely. I was majority out on the Celtics. I really was. I was not a buyer in the Celtics because they didn't have Jason Tatum. And I'm like, listen, I didn't, regardless of how well Jaylen Brown's been playing, it didn't matter to me. I thought they needed Jason Tatum to contend for a title. Now, here's the thing. Josh, I'm going to throw this your way first, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm inclined to buy into the Celtics. I am.
Mm-hmm.
But is there like a real possibility that Jason Tatum either A, comes back a little less than what we've seen from him in the past, or he comes back and immediately gets hurt again? Like, that's my hesitation about buying into the Celtics fully.
I mean, both of those are very, understandable thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you come back from an Achilles injury, period. You question whether or not you could get re-injured or will you be the same player. Obviously, there have been some athletes over the years that we have seen that have come back just as good, if not better. And we've seen on a couple of them where they made a miraculous return time. The one that obviously sticks out to me is the man that Jason Tatum idolized, which was Kobe Bryant, who came back after roughly 8 months with a torn Achilles, with the mama mentality. Well, Tatum has tried to be like that, and all of a sudden he's about to make his return in just under 10 months after tearing his Achilles. He will definitely be on a strict minutes restriction, I should say, for probably at least the rest of the regular season, which would involve him most likely just coming off the bench and getting back into reps and things like that. And then come playoff time, we see where he's at and how many more minutes and how many starts he would end up getting and developing back into the Jason Tatum that we know. Unlike you, I was
You're already
adamant
prior
to the Tatum news,
right,
that the Celtics are the best team in the East because of the addition of Vucevic and what that piece does with the way Jaylen Brown's been playing and the way Peyton Pritchard's been playing, etc.
Mm-hmm.
If Tatum is 75% of what he was, hand them the title now.
Hand them the title.
Hand them the title now. The way they're playing right now without him, if he can gel in and be 75 to 80% of what Jason Tatum is, they will beat OKC.
Wow.
They will beat Denver. Now, I do see them. They're right now sitting in second place, a game and a half ahead of the Knicks. I can see with the transition of giving him minutes, I see them falling a little bit. Like reacclimating him into the roster and getting like the chemistry going.
Right.
So I can see the Celtics honestly fall down to third. I mean, maybe even fourth because the Cavs are 2.5 behind them. That's possible. But again, they have 20 games left in the regular season. Over the course of those 20 games, that's enough time to get reacclimated, figure out rotations, when he plays, what type of lineups work best with him, what type of lineups will still work best for Jaylen Brown to dominate like he's been.
Yeah.
Get time for him to work with Vucevic.
Right.
So whether they're the 2, 3, or 4 seed, Detroit's locking in number 1. Whether they're the 2, 3, or 4 seed, there's no question in my mind they're going to beat the likes of a Toronto, a Philly, an Orlando, a Miami. And I don't see the Celtics losing to anyone else in the East. And then that would leave OKC or maybe Denver, but probably OKC. And 75 to 80% healthy Tatum with the way the Celtics have played, I don't see why they can't beat the Thunder.
No San Antonio?
Like I mentioned last time, with them as incredible as they are, I was a seller on them because of no experience yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you ask me this time next year about the Spurs, they're going to be like the odds-on favorite.
Yeah.
But for this year, I don't see the Spurs get into the finals because they need this playoff experience.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Here's the thing. The Celtics with a healthy Tatum, like even you said, right? Like a 3/4 back Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
They're very much real. Very, very much real. And the East becomes unbelievably more interesting. I think reality is I have sold, predictably so, right, Josh? I'm sure you're gonna
Look at you with a play on words.
I'm sure you're going to appreciate this. I have sold a little bit of stock in Detroit. I've sold a little bit of stock in Detroit. And it's not just because Cleveland has beaten them 2 times without Donovan Mitchell. Okay. It's not that. I am going to say, though, that I think as time is progressing in the season, the youth in Detroit is starting to show a little bit. So when it gets to be playoff time, the Pistons at the worst moment so far this season have shown themselves to be vulnerable, right? They were dominating through most of the year. Recently, they've been pretty good, but that's just about it. They've been gettable. So Tatum coming back at this time makes me think it's very possible the Celtics are the best team in the East right now. Now, again, I'm still very much in on the Knicks. I'm still very much in on the Cavs. I'm still even kind of in on the Pistons. I'm just not all the way. I'm not as bullish, like for sure best team in the East as like the way I felt a few weeks ago about Detroit is not the way I feel now. I do think that there is a window here for the Celtics to really take stride. And it'll take, like you said, is instead of a 27 point per game Jason Tatum, you get a 21 or 22 point per game Jason Tatum. If that's the guy you get, and he's not a liability defensively, then I don't see a reason why they can't be the best team in the East.
I think you can even do it with like a 17 point a game Jason Tatum.
He's the
because
big
again,
thing,
you got to think with the minutes, and now with the rotation on what's been working with them. Okay, well, how many shots is he realistically going to be getting off? So, I mean, he'll have games with it, but I don't see it on a regular basis.
Well, listen, people are going to flame me for this because I'm an absolute 100% contrarian when it comes to like my thoughts on basketball culture and what actually matters and everything like that.
Okay.
Because like, I'm not one of those people that's just like, well, you know, the only thing that matters in a basketball game is the last 2.5 minutes. Like, I'm not one of those guys. I'm like, you got to get there first. Okay.
Yep.
In this case though, I do think when it comes to like a legitimate strategic standpoint, my bigger worry about the Celtics was not the fact that they were going to compete with everybody through the first 3.5 quarters of a game. My worry was that is Jaylen Brown going to be the primary focus intensely throughout the entire playoffs? If Jason Tatum can be the 17, 18 point per game player after the injury, but he still has to be the major threat at the end of the game. Like, there needs to be some, and that's why like part of me has bought in a little bit more on Cleveland, just because even if like Donovan Mitchell's obviously your closer, but now you also have to worry about James Harden, who can create a bucket, right? Jaylen Brown, everybody knows that's going to be their guy, but can not 100% Jason Tatum still create in the same manner? Can he still be the major threat at the end of a game to hit a big shot, to go on a crazy run, like to establish those moments in the playoffs that you need in order to win championships? Can Jason Tatum do that coming back early from a major injury? That's my major question. Not really the level of player that he is, but what he can be in a singular moment.
I just find it fascinating how everyone, myself included, was looking at this season. Tatum's out. We lost Porzingis. We lost Horford. You made a trade for Anthony Simons to see what might happen. And from the get-go, you realize that wasn't working out. Oh, Celtics are going to tank this year and then get a great pick in this loaded upcoming draft class.
Yeah.
And here we are, 20 games left in the season, both of us saying they're the favorites in the East.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's absurd.
Well, listen,
how this happened.
Well, listen, I think it's even more absurd from your perspective, just because you've been buying in.
Right.
I was out on
I mean, I didn't buy in at the beginning of the season. I was waiting for them to tank, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, why are they still in the
Why
top
are they good?
3? Yeah.
Right.
Wait a minute. Are they going to be able to do it? Wait, Jaylen Brown's amazing. Wait a minute. Peyton Pritchard is getting even better. Wait a minute. You just added Vucevic, who is a better Porzingis, in my opinion. Okay, maybe I'm on board.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're bringing someone who has been in the argument of being one of the 5 best players in the NBA,
who won a championship for you.
Won a championship just a couple years ago. And while your other guy should be in the MVP conversation.
Right. It's Tatum coming back that's getting me to buy in again.
Yeah.
And that's listen, that was my argument the whole year. Is I'm like, I don't think they can do it without Tatum. If they have Tatum, guess what? I think they can do it. Like that was my whole thing. So if they're getting Tatum back, even if it's not to his fullest capacity, I think that they can win a chip. I do.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's take another break. When we come back, let's touch on this DJ Moore trade, because I think it might mean more than I think some people are letting on. We'll touch on that next.
Cowboys Nation, what up? It's your boy EJ Savage over here at Boys in the Zone, where it's everything Cowboys related, from the latest news, off-season talk like training camp and draft analysis, and of course, during season game breakdowns and commentary. Would love to see you in the chat kicking it with myself and other members of Cowboys Nation, whether it be a guest that I myself bring in, or Cowboys fan forum videos where I bring you guys on, or even other chat members. We're always live on Twitter and YouTube talking the boys, so really the only thing left to say is, how about them Cowboys? See you there. Peace.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Tim Barnett, and welcome into the Boston Sports Summit. If you're a fan of any of these 4 teams right here, or you're like me and you love all 4 of them and you follow them religiously, you're a big fan, this is the show for you. The big thing with this is real commentary and authenticity. I'm going to tell you like it is. If we're great, then we're great. But if we suck, I'm going to tell you that we suck and we need to improve. I'm also not afraid to call out our ownership or front office for making bad decisions, just like I'm not afraid to call out our coaches or our players for screwing some things up or doing great. All right? Because that's what this show is all about. It's about authenticity. So listen, if you're a fan of any of these teams or you're a fan of all 4 of them, check me out, the Boston Sports Summit, every Wednesday, live at 7 p.m., and it's electric, all right? We're going to go into some great detail about the Sox, Patriots, Celtics, and even the Bruins, and hey, you might even get a guest appearance from my little puppy here. So, it's a great show. Don't forget to tune in every Wednesday, 7 p.m. You can also follow me on all socials, on Instagram, X, and YouTube, Boston Sports Summit. So check us out. It's a great show. It's a great time. Hope to see you there. God bless.
What's going on, y'all? It's Arthur Hurst from the Grid Network, letting y'all know to check out the Saturday morning tailgate starting at 10 Eastern every Saturday. Check us out on YouTube, X, Instagram, wherever you get your podcasts. Tune in for some humor, some great analytics between me, my boy Bryson, and Tim. Again, Saturday morning tailgate every Saturday at 10 Eastern on the Grid Network. See y'all there.
Oh, welcome back.
Oh, it's so good to be here.
You're way more.
Thank you for being here with us as we go on this ride.
See, the performer in you, Josh, shines.
Ride of Chicago Bears on the Mike and Josh show here.
Da Bears.
Very
Right?
well.
Yeah, there you go.
The Bears indeed.
Right.
Take it away, Mike Guido.
All right. That's enough of that baloney. Anyway, it's great to have you back here on Mike and Josh. That's Josh Tariff. I'm Mike Guido. It's great to have you here exclusively on the Grid Network. So let's touch briefly on this DJ Moore trade, because here's the thing, Josh. Like, certainly, if you're a Bills fan, there's a couple ways to look at this, right? DJ Moore has had his years where he's looked like a true number one receiver, right? Like he has been very good in his career. And I would say for the most part, he has been very good. He's got, 4 seasons of over 1,100 yards. He eclipsed 1,300 yards just a couple seasons ago. But last year, he kind of had a career low year, right? 50 catches, 682 yards, and 6 touchdowns. A little bit of a down year for DJ Moore with the Chicago Bears. Now, again, this is a brand new Ben Johnson offense. Obviously, they were using him a little bit differently than they have been in years past. But this is an interesting move for Buffalo, and I think it's a move that they needed to make, right? At least that's how it seemed to me, giving up a second-round pick to get DJ Moore. I think somebody that you can sort of lean on for targets, and that's really the thing here is we've seen Josh Allen thrive in an environment where he doesn't really have a receiver that is demanding the ball.
Yeah.
I think DJ Moore might be that perfect balance of, like, he gives you some number one receiver, but he's not going to dominate the ball. What do you think?
I think this is an incredible trade for both teams.
That's interesting.
I love this trade. So on the Buffalo side, echoing what you said, DJ Moore is not someone who demands the ball. He's not the type of player that says, I need to be getting 10 targets a game.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh Allen thrives on distribution.
Right.
One week it's Shakir, the next week it's Kincaid, the next week it's Keon Coleman. Now you got someone with the experience that can have those big games in DJ Moore. I absolutely love this win now mindset for the Bills in getting this, plus a 5th-round pick in it. Flipping it to the Bears. So they got a 2nd-round pick out of this. And a lot of people kind of scratching their heads and like, you give up DJ Moore just for a 2nd-round pick? Why would you do that? Well, to your point, he only had 682 receiving yards last year. And to go along with that, Rome Odunze in 12 games had 661 yards, and Luther Burden in 15 games, where he only started 5 of them, had 652 yards. So Caleb Williams has still also been distributing the ball across.
Right.
But they have also been the run-first team this last year.
Yeah.
So you continue with the run-first mindset. You got 2 good – Rome Odunze, very good receiver. Luther Burden, good. You got Loveland, who really jumped in the second half of the year.
Yeah, right, yeah.
At tight end. All these guys are on the rookie deals. Well, now you got an extra 2nd-round pick if you chose to throw in one more target on a rookie deal. You absolutely can in that area. This is a unique scenario where losing your number 1 pick might not necessarily negatively impact your quarterback's performance, which is odd.
Right.
But with the way that they're developing these players, it might just work out fine. And then in doing so, you got a good pick in return. And the Bills got the type of guy that they needed in a quote-unquote go-to target for Josh Allen. So I think this is great. And now also this falls more into Ben Johnson. I had these 2 young receivers and a young tight end that I'm able to mold in my offensive scheme. I can get one more now if I want.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a part of it too. Like, this is also, keep this in mind too about Buffalo. I mean, we could certainly have lived in a world where they were going to spend their first round pick on a receiver. Like, that's how much Buffalo really needed somebody on the perimeter. So now they can kind of focus their attention in another area. And that's, I think, like the next month or so, Josh, like, it's so crucial for all these NFL teams. Like, this is where you kind of narrow down what you need, right?
Yeah.
Make your trades, you sign your free agents, you kind of, fill in some of the pieces on your roster so that you can, kind of zero in on things during the draft. And Buffalo, by doing this, again, you're surrendering a second round pick, which is a premium draft pick, but it's something that you really need. And DJ Moore's not super old, right? DJ, again, he's entering his age 29 season. I'm sure he's got a few good years left.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, I think this is a great fit, a great fit for both sides. I think DJ Moore is going to love playing in Buffalo. Keep this in mind too. DJ Moore has yet to play with a quarterback as good as Josh Allen. So don't be surprised if his production takes a leap also, for playing with a player of that level.
He played with a Cam Newton past his prime, a rookie Bryce Young, and then Caleb Williams trying to develop.
Right.
And now you're going to the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you put up those type of numbers. And also, I don't feel it's something that is talked about enough. DJ Brown is more than comfortable playing in the cold. So this transition to Buffalo is easy for him in that regard. It's not going to be an issue of weather. So I think it's tremendous spot for him. And I think him and Josh Allen are going to light it up.
I agree. I think it's a great move. I really, really do. I think it's a terrific move. And as far as the Bears go, like you said before, this just gives them so much more of an opportunity to build what Ben Johnson wants. So I agree with you. I like it for both teams. I think it gives them both a real solid shot going into next year. But again, I'm high on Buffalo as it is. I'm just like, I'm ready. I'm ready to take the leap with them. Like, I really want them to have success, and this is exactly the kind of move that they needed to make. All right. Hour 2 coming up next.
What up, Cowboys Nation? We are Cowboys Can Fan.
Like Canadian fan. And we're big Dallas Cowboy fans. We live stream every Dallas Cowboys game with our unapologetic, intoxicated play-by-play and color commentary, and we guarantee you won't find anything like this anywhere else.
We do that in the ring together?
We told you not so bland was here to stay, baby.
And if you like to have a couple cold ones,
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Crack 'em if you got 'em, son.
Crack 'em if you got 'em. And watch the Dallas Cowboys play football.
you need to join us 1 hour before the Cowboys kick off, throw your score prediction in our live chat, and if you're right, guess what? We'll send you a shirt, some Can Fan merch. Click the link, check us out, and subscribe if you like what we do.
Oh, and remember, BYOB.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Bring your own boosh.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Bryson Carver, and I'm the host of the Carving It Up podcast right here on the Grid Network, as well as my own personal YouTube channel, Carving It Up with Bryson Carver. On my show, talk about a number of the biggest topics in the world of sports, as well as culture and entertainment, and I include special segments such as Bryson's Best 10, The Ball View, and one of my favorites, Carving Up the Context. I also like to invite special guests on the show to get different insights and perspectives on topics, and most importantly, I love to hear from you, the audience, in the chat below. So check out Carving It Up 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube, Facebook, X, and on Instagram. Check the show out anywhere you get your podcasts as well as on the YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys.
Alex Rodriguez is coming out with a documentary, and it goes into detail. Like, he's never talked about the steroid part of it and all the pressure, you will do a lot more desperate things to try to stay relevant. And you can see that he was straining to be this person that he wasn't, instead of just being the person that he always should have been. Just, I'm Alex Rodriguez, because of imposter syndrome. He had to be somebody that he wasn't. Goes to the Yankees, gets another big fucking contract. I empathize with that, because when you're this great player and people are looking at you and they're looking through you, it makes you realize that maybe Alex doesn't matter. I have to be A-Rod.
Yo, this is Barry Grant Jr. I want to give a big shout out to Mike and Josh, and be on the lookout for more clips from All Even Podcast.
This is Patrick L. Brown, lead journalist here at the Grid Network, reminding you to make sure that you check out all of the latest articles over on the Grid's webpage under the blog section. There you will find the hottest takes in sports, mixed in with some mental health articles as well. Dare to be different? Enter the Grid, your new leaders in digital media, sports, and entertainment. As I always say, stay tuned.
You are listening to Mike Guido and Josh Tariff. Buckle up! Hey. Buckle up!
All righty, welcome back. Hour number 2 of Mike and Josh.
Mike and Josh.
We are here.
Mike and Josh.
It's true. We are.
We're here.
Of your imagination.
Let's run it back. Run it back.
We are actually here for hour number 2 on this glorious Thursday evening. That's Josh Tariff. I'm Mike Guido. It is great to have you here on Mike and Josh, exclusively on the Grid Network. It is true, Josh. No matter how drunk you may be,
oh yeah,
we exist for real.
Yeah, I mean we are not imaginary. We are here in your living room or on your television or in your car, even maybe on your earbuds while you're on the treadmill.
Let's clarify a little bit, just in case you're really drunk. We're not actually with you. We are like, you're listening to us or watching us, but we are not we're not actually in the car with you or like sitting on your couch in your living room. We are simply just with you, metaphorically.
Maybe our contracts had different verbiage, because I'm traveling to every single person's home.
You're like Santa Claus. You really, you are. That's what you are, Josh. You are Santa Claus. Grid Santa.
The Santa Claus of sports, Josh Tariff. That's me right there.
There we go. Welcome back to Mike and Santa. I mean, Josh. Anyway, don't worry, kids. Santa's also real. Anyway, also not a figment of your imagination.
I think it's better that you said Santa is also real, and you didn't say Josh was also a figment of your imagination. So I appreciate where you threw that.
Oh boy, we have plenty of stuff to go over today. Again, Kyler Murray being released by the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, that just creates so many questions, I think, for the NFL, both for them and for him. Where does he end up next? Obviously, all of that we've discussed already, and that's really been, a major topic over the last week or so since Kyler's been released. I mean, even before then, I think we were talking about what direction are they going to go in? Like, are they still going to ride the Kyler Murray train, or are they going to move on? And now they've made it clear that they are going to move on. So obviously that seems to be the big story. A bunch of moves being made in the NFL. That really does seem to be, if this really is like an active week in the NFL. I feel like I'm looking at my phone every day and I'm seeing a different move being made, right? Yeah. Like David Montgomery being traded from the Lions to the Texans. That one actually kind of caught me off guard, Josh. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But I really want to dive into Maxx Crosby because, this is an interesting story here. And I feel like over, what feels like forever, there's been these rumors about Maxx Crosby being traded somewhere, right? He's a 5-time Pro Bowler. I mean, boy, has he had a major impact virtually every single year whenever he's healthy, right? Like, it's just insane what he's able to do. He's one of the premier pass rushers in the league, still at a fairly young age. He's going to be entering into his age 29 season, so he still has plenty left in the tank. And the Raiders have been really reluctant to move him. And there's been all these different reports, Josh, from all these different reporters saying, well, the Raiders have gotten close, but then, you know, the market keeps reinflating itself, right? Like Trey Wingo came out with a report today that the Cowboys felt pretty good that they were going to get Maxx Crosby yesterday. Like, they thought that they were going to have a deal in place, but then they got leapfrogged. Like, there were teams that were throwing out offers with 2 first-round picks attached to them, and now you've got teams saying, I don't know that I can do that for somebody like Maxx Crosby. So it's interesting to see what could shape up here. What do you think happens with this, Josh? Do you think Maxx Crosby ends up getting traded, or do you think this is all just a lot of smoke, maybe a lot of pre-draft smoke, you know, some sort of movement? Are the Raiders playing the field here? What do you make of this whole situation with him?
I really think the Raiders are playing the field unless they get an offer that they know they can't refuse. I don't see them trading a guy of the caliber of Maxx Crosby unless there is some trade that involves like 2 firsts plus something.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some teams, like you just mentioned, the Cowboys, that might be a little afraid of giving up that much, since the Cowboys just took, you know, that much
2
type of
first-round picks from Green Bay, right? But then they've also traded a bunch away to get guys like George Pickens and, you know,
Right.
like they've Quinn and Williams, like they've surrendered a lot to get some other guys as well.
And then, you know, we were just talking about the Bears. Could this 2nd-round pick they got from Buffalo, could that be added in a package of whatever they were trying to give to the Raiders to get someone like Maxx Crosby? And then you got teams in their own division that, you know, would jump at the opportunity, but you also know that the Raiders are asking for a king's ransom from them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, whether it's the Chiefs or Broncos or whoever.
I can't imagine they trade him in division. That would be wild.
It'd be an absolute, again, unless the offer was too good to refuse.
Yeah.
So I really think Maxx Crosby, pending some incredible offer that shows up on their doorstep, Maxx Crosby will be a Raider next year, at least for the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And see where it goes from there, because I mean, players like that, there are very few of them in the league. And that said, Micah Parsons is one of those that's in that conversation. We saw what happened with him.
Right.
So between that, but then you also got Trey Hendrickson that you don't have to trade for.
That, I think, is a real variable in this. Yeah.
So I think it's a matter of, okay, how much does Trey Hendrickson go for on the market? And based on that, then the Raiders can also assess, okay, well, if we feel that Maxx Crosby is above Hendrickson and Hendrickson just went for this, give us what more than that amount worth in players and picks. And then we see what could possibly come up. But unless something miraculous happens, I see Crosby remaining a Raider.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I think you make a very good point about Trey Hendrickson, because Trey Hendrickson, he's older. He's going to be entering his age 32 now season, right? He just turned 31 in December.
Yeah.
So I think there's a real possibility right now that Maxx Crosby might not get traded until Trey Hendrickson signs a contract.
Yeah, and again, Maxx Crosby is worth more than Trey Hendrickson.
Certainly.
But so if Trey Hendrickson, I'm just throwing out a random number here. Let's say Trey Hendrickson gets a 4-year, $100 million contract. Well, then Well, then, all right. Well, Maxx Crosby, we got to get $125 million worth out of this trade.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is teams I think are going to evaluate what they think is more worth it. Would they rather have Trey Hendrickson and likely 2 first-round draft picks or Maxx Crosby and no draft picks? Like, that's really what they have to weigh in their head. And I think a lot of teams are going to look at it and say, I'd rather have Trey Hendrickson in my draft picks.
Yeah.
And just go with it that way. I mean, like, listen, Trey Hendrickson 2 seasons ago for back-to-back years was 17.5 sacks. Like, Trey Hendrickson's a premier pass rusher too. Like, let's not pretend that Trey Hendrickson is a massive, massive drop-off. Maxx Crosby, I think, does more for you as a well-rounded player as a pass rusher. But Trey Hendrickson can get after the quarterback. So they need to play that game of what they think is more worth it. So I think if Maxx Crosby does get traded, it won't happen until Trey Hendrickson signs somewhere. And I know that there's a lot of steam happening right now with Maxx Crosby. I don't think it's going to happen yet. I really don't. However, I do think it'll happen. I do think Maxx Crosby gets traded. There will be a team that overpays. He will.
There always is.
There will be a team that'll give them 2 first-round draft picks for him. There will be. They will justify it. They will use the Micah Parsons, Dallas, Green Bay trade as a justification for giving up 2 firsts for Maxx Crosby. They will.
Now, let me throw this at you. If you're a team that was this close to the promised land and you are in the win now mode, like a New England, like a Denver. I know, again, Denver's still in division, so it might be more difficult for them. Like a Detroit, who just, got edged out, like a Chicago, who, we've already mentioned.
Yeah.
What's stopping you from doing this deal?
I've never really understood why that doesn't happen more in the NFL. Like the teams that are literally right on the cusp of being like legit Super Bowl contenders. Like why don't teams like that go for the splash move more?
Yeah.
Why doesn't it happen more often? Right? Like there's no reason. Like I think Detroit was a super interesting case last year, right? Because we all thought that Detroit was going to be a bang buster. After what they did the previous season, we thought they were just on the rise no matter what. Like they were going to be something. And they really weren't. They were pretty mediocre last year. But I think everybody can understand like that's a good football team.
Yeah.
Okay. They had just lost 2 primetime coordinators. Like it was going to take time to adjust. Imagine if it was a team like that where you had Maxx Crosby and Aiden Hutchinson coming at you at the same time.
While Jahmyr Gibbs is running down your throat on the offensive side. I mean,
right. For a team that's been doing as well drafting recently as Detroit has, you're telling me you wouldn't give 2 first-round picks for somebody like Maxx Crosby?
Yeah.
I would. Like, same thing with a team like the Broncos, right? Like, you throw Maxx Crosby and Nick Bonito at you, and again, they're in division. It makes it a little more difficult, obviously, but like, I'm with you 100%, Josh. I think more teams that are like right there have to make those decisions.
Yeah.
Say, like, listen, like Buffalo just made a trade. Like, why wouldn't Buffalo go after that?
Buffalo should 100% go after this.
Right. I agree.
Because you just got your top receiver. You got your top receiver now, and Buffalo's biggest area that they need to improve on this offseason is defense.
Yeah.
Well, let's just get one of the 5 best defensive players in the league.
Right. I agree 100%. If he were to go somewhere, Josh, if he were to get traded, now you said that you think it's more likely that he stays with the Raiders.
To
Like,
start
that's
the
what you-
season. He will
that's what
start
you
the
would-
season on the Raiders.
If he does get traded, let's just say not during the season, but let's just say he does get traded this offseason.
Yeah.
Where do you think is the landing spot?
Buffalo
what team
or
would take the lead?
Chicago? Buffalo or Chicago?
The Bills or Chicago? Tell me why.
Bills or Bears? Because again, both are that one piece away. We just touched on what the Bills need to do, and they just got their receiver. Go for it. You're all in right now because you got a new coach. Josh Allen is in the middle of his prime. James Cook is in the middle of his prime. If it doesn't happen now, when? So you try to afford that. With the Bears, you're continuing to rise, and you got so many of your skill positions on rookie deals. So you can afford to have a top tier salary on this roster that has, while he doesn't necessarily have the playoff experience, the rest of the Bears just got that.
Right.
So you have the star experience and the individual accolades to help that team. And you just added that second round pick. So if you were to give them 2 first, but you still got this extra second round, you're still okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think those 2 teams, and you can even throw New England in there as well, but I think more specifically, Bills and Bears would be the 2 best spots for Maxx Crosby.
Yeah. I was just checking the Bears draft picks.
Okay.
And they have them all. I mean, it's not like they don't have them. Now, like they gave up like a 4th this year, right? Like I think
they just added a second.
Right. And right. So they just added a second round pick as well. I mean, I think the Bears is a real possibility. I really do. I think the Bears are a real possibility. I know that like Jerry Jones has made it like pretty vocal that he wants to be aggressive. And I actually believe him. Like this year, I actually believe him because most of the time when Jerry speaks about like, oh, he's all pissed off about, taking an early exit and not winning a Super Bowl and everything like that. And he just, he makes noise, right? He just like talks, but doesn't ever actually do anything. This year, I actually believe him. I actually think the Cowboys are going to be big game hunting for like the first time in what seems like forever.
Sure.
Because I think I think Jerry saw something last year that made him believe a little bit. I think he thinks they're close. I really do. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Cowboys jumped in, but I also think the Cowboys have a limit. Like, I don't think the Cowboys are going to be surrendering 2 first-round picks for him. If that's what it's going to cost, they're not getting them.
Jerry Jones won't do that.
He won't do that.
Also, like with the topic of the teams we're talking about, one thing that we did not mention when it comes with the Bills, and again, how I do think Maxx Crosby perfect fit there, kind of tiptoeing a little back with the DJ Moore addition to Buffalo. DJ Moore's career high season as far as yards per catch was in 2020. His offensive coordinator then was Joe Brady, the new head coach of the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, there you go.
So you got that piece. You don't need to waste a draft pick on another receiver if you're Buffalo. You can give that pick to the Raiders and get a stud like Maxx Crosby.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you. Listen, if I were Buffalo, that's a move that I would 100% make. It's a move that I would 100% make. All right. Coming up next, we'll touch on David Montgomery getting traded. Now, again, like that's not a huge deal, right? It's not like a ground-breaking trade. But it is interesting because I think it causes a little bit of a shift in what we thought the Lions might do. We'll touch on that a little bit next.
Cowboys Nation, what up? It's your boy EJ Savage over here at Boys in the Zone, where it's everything Cowboys related, from the latest news, off-season talk like training camp and draft analysis, and of course, during season game breakdowns and commentary. Would love to see you in the chat kicking it with myself and other members of Cowboys Nation, whether it be a guest that I myself bring in, or Cowboys fan forum videos where I bring you guys on, or even other chat members. We're always live on Twitter and YouTube, talking to boys. So really, the only thing left to say is, how about them Cowboys? See you there. Peace.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Tim Barnett, and welcome into the Boston Sports Summit. If you're a fan of any of these four teams right here, or you're like me and you love all four of them and you follow them religiously, you're a big fan, this is the show for you. The big thing with this is real commentary and authenticity. I'm going to tell you like it is. If we're great, then we're great. But if we suck, I'm going to tell you that we suck and we need to improve. I'm also not afraid to call out our ownership or front office for making bad decisions, just like I'm not afraid to call out our coaches or our players for screwing some things up or doing great. All right? Because that's what this show is all about. It's about authenticity. So listen, if you're a fan of any of these teams or you're a fan of all four of them, check me out, the Boston Sports Summit, every Wednesday, live at 7 p.m., and it's electric, all right? We're going to go into some great detail about the Sox, Patriots, Celtics, and even the Bruins. And hey, you might even get a guest appearance from my little puppy here. So, it's a great show. Don't forget to tune in every Wednesday, 7 p.m. You can also follow me on all socials, on Instagram, X, and YouTube, Boston Sports Summit. So check us out. It's a great show. It's a great time. Hope to see you there. God bless.
What's going on, y'all? It's Arthur Hurst from the Grid Network, letting y'all know to check out the Saturday morning tailgate starting at 10 Eastern every Saturday. Check us out on YouTube, X, Instagram, wherever you get your podcasts. Tune in for some humor, some great analytics between me, my boy Bryson, and Tim. Again, Saturday morning tailgate every Saturday at 10 Eastern on the Grid Network. See y'all there.
All right, welcome back. We are here.
Oh, hi there.
Oh, hi there.
Oh, hey. How's it going? Gee whiz, it's swell to see you.
Oh, boy. I really signed this contract away, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. and it's crazy. You gave your entire salary to me also. It's so crazy how you agreed to that.
Well, that's news to me. Oh, boy. All right. Anyway, this is going to be tough living in New York.
I'm in LA. It's just as bad.
Yeah, right. Welcome back, Mike and Josh here exclusively on the Grid Network. That's Josh Tariff. I'm Mike Guido. It's great to have you here. Plenty of stuff to go over today. Let's touch on this David Montgomery trade going to the Texans. So David Montgomery going to the Texans. Texans giving up Juice Scruggs, couple of picks. The big story here, though, Josh, I think is the Lions had one of the, I think, scariest running games in the league, right? I mean, it was Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, the whole Sonic and Knuckles thing. Like that was a tandem there, and they're now moving off of it. What do you make of this deal? It's an interesting one. David Montgomery, obviously not super duper young anymore, but how are we feeling about this trade for both sides?
It is, I actually can understand it for Detroit. I don't like it for Detroit, but I understand it because you got to pay Gibbs. Very soon you got to pay Jameson Williams.
Right.
And sooner than you might think, you might need a new quarterback. Not next year, obviously, but in the next 2, max 3 years. You know, it might be time to move off of Jared Goff. So you need to make sure that you can lock in these skill players. Sam Laporta, obviously, he's going to have to bounce back based on the injuries that he had this past season, but he's going to want to get paid too. So you had to clear some space. And David Montgomery just unfortunately was like the sacrificial lamb, so to speak. Now on the Houston side of things, I love the addition of Montgomery to pair him with Woody Marks. I like that pairing, but wasn't Houston's whole issue last year the fact that they had no offensive line?
Yeah.
And then they just traded an offensive lineman and 2 draft picks for a running back that they can't protect?
Right. Yeah.
So that's the head scratcher part for me.
Yeah, I don't know what the fascination here is with Houston in the running back position. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like it's okay. Like it's David Montgomery. You add him. Like last year, what they did was it was Nick Chubb, Woody Marks, Dameon Pierce, like all of which saw starting time.
Yeah,
they're really trying to figure out that spot.
And Woody Marks is more of a receiving back. So again, I think Montgomery is going to come in and do what they were hoping Nick Chubb would have been able to do.
Mm-hmm.
So on that side, I think it's good, but he ain't going to do anything if you can't protect him.
Right.
So where are the offensive linemen coming in to protect him when you gave away 2 picks and one of your offensive linemen?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the logic is for Houston. I mean, I think what they're thinking is probably we need a bell cow back, right? Somebody that can reliably carry the ball in between the tackles to keep some of our younger legs healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't understand the precedent that you're setting with no offensive line. And again, for Detroit, it's interesting. The way it's brought up to me a lot is that, like kind of what you said, they need to save in some areas. If Detroit can replace David Montgomery with because they're going to give Gibbs more touches as time goes on.
Sure.
If they can replace him with a 3rd round draft pick, then they might just do that and save themselves a little bit of money. And that's just the route that they go in. So I think it just symbolizes a little bit of a change of direction here for Detroit. They're going to move off of this true running back tandem, and they're going to give Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit more run. I think that's really what you're looking at now.
And but they're definitely going to give Jahmyr Gibbs a little more run. And yeah, they could go with a rookie, and draft another one to have coincide with him. There are a couple free agent running backs that would not necessarily cost a lot, but I think would fit in right in. The first one that pops into my mind for Detroit is Tyler Algier. I think Tyler Algier would be he's almost, to me, he's another power back. So he's definitely your 3rd down short yardage back.
Mm-hmm.
Jahmyr Gibbs is going to do, all the heavy lifting, but then those goal line moves, you bring in someone like him, Detroit won't miss a step when it comes to their offensive production.
Yeah, he's perfect for stealing away Jahmyr Gibbs' fantasy points. Right?
He-
Right at
he-
the goal line.
I mean, he could be next year's Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, but I mean, I think Detroit will be fine, whether it's a draft pick or a free agent that you get on a 1 or 2 year deal, like an Algier. And again, I think the pairing with Woody Marks and Dave Montgomery can work in Houston if they have a chance to breathe with the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that needs to be a thing. They have to figure out what they're doing in the offensive line in Houston. They have to figure that out. Because it's costing them legitimate evaluation time also there with CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud spends a lot of time on his back. Like there's just no way he's protected at, the way that he should be. So that certainly is something to look out for as well. There's one more trade that we didn't bring up. Trent McDuffie going to the Rams. That I feel like that was a big one. That was
surprise.
A big one. Yeah, right. Well, listen, and it's no surprise to anybody because the Rams have made a living off of pretty much ignoring the NFL draft and trading them all away for players like Trent McDuffie. So
well, trade away their first round picks, and it's worked for them.
Well, that's also true. So, Josh, what do you think? Trent McDuffie to the Rams. What do you make of it for the Rams? And honestly, what do you make of it for the Chiefs? This was a move I did not anticipate the Chiefs making.
I mean, the Rams have to be the favorites in the NFC now. I mean, if they weren't already the favorites in the NFC, you add someone with the skill set of Trent McDuffie to your already good defense, and now you made it extremely better. Plus, you still have the 13th pick in the draft because you still have the Falcons pick. So they gave away their first round, but they still had a better one that they had stashed away. You pick another defensive player with that one because we already know the offensive side, you're beyond loaded. And the Rams are set. The Rams, obviously the big question that it is for every season is health. But, hey, Rams, you stay healthy. No one in the NFC is touching you. Adding McDuffie with the team that you already had, plus whatever you decide to do with this 13th pick. Right. As far as the Chiefs, so they now added a first round pick, the number 29 pick, and then a future third round pick, and couple like a fifth and sixth round pick as well. So the Chiefs are looking to either stack more picks to do a package to add somebody themselves, or they're like, we need a lot of pieces because let's be honest, the Chiefs need a lot more pieces than people realize.
Yeah, they do.
They need a consistent receiver. They desperately need running backs. And hey, if you're getting rid of Trent McDuffie, well, now you definitely need some help in secondary too.
Yeah. I'm kind of afraid to see what that Chiefs offense looks like if they get Jeremiah Love in the draft. That's going to scare me. Because I think Jeremiah Love is like, that's another Adrian Peterson. Like, that's the kind of player he reminds me of.
Where is he projected to go in the draft?
Anywhere in the top 10. Anywhere in the top. But he's
running.
And
obviously, the Chiefs got to trade up, so they got to package something to get up there.
So, I mean, but they're ninth. They have the 9th pick. So,
yeah, but it's a matter of will he still be there, or will they have to package something and move up to, like, say, number 6 or 5?
Well, they've got some extra ammunition now, right?
You got a couple extra picks. Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see with that. I'm with you on the Rams, though. I think what this move does for the Rams, given how good their roster is as currently constituted and the play that they got out of Matthew Stafford last year, I mean, this is a team I think that really had their sights set on a Super Bowl this past year. Obviously didn't work out for them, but I mean, now you're like, all the pieces really do seem like they're in place. They really do. Like, now, again, I would venture to say too that I still think that they could use a little bit more help on the defensive side of the football. But I mean,
you got that 13th pick. You get more help that way.
Right. And that certainly is a thing. I mean, I think they could obviously use, I mean, obviously since trading for McDuffie, I think corner kind of becomes a little bit more in the back burner. I would love to see them add a little bit more on their defensive line. Because they're very young on their defensive line. They like Jared Verse a lot, but I think they could use some other legitimate presence, especially on the edge. So if they can make something like that happen, I think they're really going places in that respect. That division is such a bloodbath, dude. It's so crazy. Seattle coming off a Super Bowl win, the Rams obviously being what the Rams are. I can't imagine the Niners fall off all that much. Like, that division is,
and the Arizona Cardinals don't have KYLER Murray anymore. So, like, they've improved as well.
A Jacoby Brissett led Arizona Cardinals. Watch out.
I mean, well, let me just think, if you weren't following football the last 12 months, and I told you the most dominant division overall in the NFL has the quarterbacks of Matt Stafford, Sam Darnold, Brock Purdy, and Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
How would you react?
I admit you. I would admit you. I'd be like, okay, the drinking and the gambling has to stop now.
It's clearly gone
way too far. This guy thinks Sam Darnold's going to win a Super Bowl. Yeah, no, we gotta do something.
And Mr. Irrelevant is still good. Come on.
Yeah, no, seriously. Just put him in a padded room where he can't hurt himself.
Yeah,
that's I think what we're going to be saying as far as that is concerned. But yeah, some pretty wild stuff in the NFL this week. Like, and really, and it's been every day.
There been other. I mean, about an hour ago, Schefter tweeted, the Colts are speaking with teams about a trade for their Pro Bowl linebacker Zaire Franklin as they try to get on their salary cap. In 2024, he led the NFL in tackles, so he is potentially on the move.
Yep.
Cameron Jordan set to become a free agent.
Yep.
If Maxx Crosby does get moved, and so teams that miss out on him, that's a decent consolation prize.
Yeah. Not bad. I mean, Jordan, obviously.
I mean, he's certainly past his prime.
Yeah.
But he could still help. So, I mean, there are a number. The Kenneth Walker news, which we haven't touched on, as far as it looking more and more like he might not be back in Seattle.
Yeah.
Along with Rashid Shaheed might be gone as well.
Yeah. What do you do if you're the Seahawks too, right? I mean,
Jonnu Smith is gone from Pittsburgh. So, there are a lot of players that could definitely help your team.
If you're Seattle, you can't let Kenneth Walker leave, right? Like, you can't let that happen. You can't.
You shouldn't. I mean, unless Charbonnet is going to be back quicker than you think, and you are trying to set up some type of package to move up in the draft to get Jeremiah Love.
That's not happening.
Right. Which you doubt. I am agreed. So, if you had to just keep one, and I know at the first sound of this question, it sounds like a no-brainer, but I want a little thought in it. If you could only keep one, Kenneth Walker or Rashid Shaheed. Yeah, the initial thought, Kenneth Walker, he just won Super Bowl MVP. Well, Shaheed you get cheaper, and he produces in more areas. And Walker has had an injury history.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm still paying Walker. I think I'm still paying Walker. Because I think Rashid Shaheed, as good of a player as he is, I think Rashid Shaheed is replaceable. Like, I think you could find players in the draft or players in free agency like him, that can do a little bit of what he does. Kenneth Walker's your like he's your feature running back. I don't know, like Zach Charbonnet is good in spurts. I don't know if he's like good enough to be a legitimate feature back. I don't know that Zach Charbonnet has that in the tank. I know Kenneth Walker does. So, and especially what he just gave you in the Super Bowl, I want him back. If I were Seattle, I would do a lot to get Kenneth Walker back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Josh, we're going to take one last break here.
Okay.
And you're going to have to explain to me what this whole Magic City thing is. Because I'm not really...
Why do you think I'm an expert on this Magic City stuff?
I don't know. I just, I don't know.
I don't know how I should take that.
Yeah, well, listen, you texted me, hey, listen, we've got topics this week. Magic City. I was kind of like thinking, Magic City? Like, what are we talking about? I'm not prepared for this at all.
You hadn't heard the story until I texted it to you?
No, not at all.
Wow, because it's been a big story in the NBA over the last week.
Okay, well, we're about to find out what exactly that story is. Coming up right after this.
Cowboys Nation, what up? It's your boy EJ Savage over here at Boys in the Zone, where it's everything Cowboys related, from the latest news, off-season talk like training camp and draft analysis, and of course, during season game breakdowns and commentary. Would love to see you in the chat kicking it with myself and other members of Cowboys Nation, whether it be a guest that I myself bring in, or a Cowboys fan forum videos where I bring you guys on, or even other chat members. We're always live on Twitter and YouTube, talking the boys. So really, the only thing left to say is, how about them Cowboys? See you there. Peace.
What up, Cowboys Nation? We are Cowboys Can Fan.
Like Canadian fan. And we're big Dallas Cowboy fans. We live stream every Dallas Cowboys game with our unapologetic, intoxicated play-by-play and color commentary, and we guarantee you won't find anything like this anywhere else.
We do that in the ring together?
We told you not. So Bland was here to stay, baby.
And if you like to have a couple cold ones,
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Crack 'em if you got 'em, son.
Crack 'em if you got 'em. And watch the Dallas Cowboys play football.
you need to join us 1 hour before the Cowboys kick off, throw your score prediction in our live chat, and if you're right, guess what? We'll send you a shirt, some Can Fan merch. Click the link, check us out, and subscribe if you like what we do.
Oh, and remember, BYOB.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Bring your own boosh.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Bryson Carver, and I'm the host of the Carving It Up podcast right here on the Grid Network, as well as my own personal YouTube channel, Carving It Up with Bryson Carver. On my show, talk about a number of the biggest topics in the world of sports, as well as culture and entertainment, and I include special segments such as Bryson's Best 10, The Ball View, and one of my favorites, Carving Up the Context. I also like to invite special guests on the show to get different insights and perspectives on topics, and most importantly, I love to hear from you, the audience, in the chat below. So check out Carving It Up 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube, Facebook, X, and on Instagram. Check the show out anywhere you get your podcasts as well as on the YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys.
Alex Rodriguez is coming out with a documentary, and it goes into detail. Like, he's never talked about the steroid part of it and all the pressure. You will do a lot more desperate things to try to stay relevant, and you can see that he was straining to be this person that he wasn't, instead of just being the person that he always should have been. Just, I'm Alex Rodriguez, because of imposter syndrome. He had to be somebody that he wasn't. Goes to the Yankees, gets another big fucking contract. I empathize with that, because when you're this great player and people are looking at you and they're looking through you, it makes you realize that maybe Alex doesn't matter. I have to be A-Rod.
Yo, this is Barry Grant Jr. I I want to give a big shout out to Mike and Josh, and be on the lookout for more clips from All Even Podcast.
This is Patrick L. Brown, lead journalist here at the Grid Network, reminding you to make sure that you check out all of the latest articles over on the Grid's webpage under the blog section. There you will find the hottest takes in sports mixed in with some mental health articles as well. Dare to be different, enter the Grid, your new leaders in digital media, sports, and entertainment. As I always say, stay tuned.
Alrighty, here we are. We are back here on Mike and Josh exclusively on the Grid Network. It's been a great show today. Very active, a lot of movement.
I would, in fact, put this in our top 20 best shows we've ever done.
I'm pretty sure we've only done 14, so that's a good thing.
Which is why it's in the top 20.
It's right, and so I'm glad that you feel that way, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you think that this is, in fact, a show at all. I appreciate your perspective on that.
Well, if you want a show, then you need to hang out at what we're about to talk about.
Yeah. So, right. So let's dive into this. So Magic City is what it is, Josh? Enlighten me.
Okay. So
okay.
to enlighten Mike, Magic City is what is considered a legendary institution in the city of Atlanta. It is a gentleman's club that is celebrating its 40th anniversary. And it is a very large establishment and gained a lot of notoriety in the NBA airwaves back in the pandemic bubble when Lou Williams left the bubble to go to Magic City, claiming he was going just for the lemon pepper wings. Because they are also known, apparently, for their incredible wings. Now, I want to point out, because Mike has been trying to allude on this, have I been to a gentleman's club before? Yes. Have I ever been to Magic City? No, I have not. So I am not familiar with everything that goes down in this particular establishment. All that being said, it is supposedly a foundation of a cornerstone institution in the city of Atlanta. And this coming Monday, when the Atlanta Hawks host the Orlando Magic, oddly enough, it is a Magic City themed night. at the Hawks game.
No, it is not.
They are going to have Magic City hoodies given away to fans. The rapper T.I. will be performing. They will be having their famous lemon pepper wings for sale at the arena. There are not going to be strippers during the game. You cannot win lap dances at this game or anything of that nature.
Then why even go?
Well, that is where all this crazy talk comes. Because again, Atlanta has decided, the Hawks franchise decided, we're going to do this event. And it's caused crazy backlash amongst, why would you advertise this establishment at an event where there will be families and children? While on the other side, it's the question of, why are you talking down to sex workers? Because, that is an occupation. That is what some people choose to do for a living. So then you're going back and forth with, why would the NBA allow this? Well, the NBA allows gambling. But at the same time, also, the NBA we're not having lap dances. Like, there's not going to be nudity at this basketball game. It's not, and you're not going to have anything different than whatever your regular cheerleader dancers do during the course of the game. But now all different NBA programs have talked about it, and now some of the athletes have even spoken out about it. Luke Cornett of the Spurs wrote a lengthy message. I'm only going to read parts of it, which he then got publicized, where he talked about, in its press release, the Hawks failed to acknowledge that this place is, as the business itself boasts, Atlanta's premier strip club. Given this fact, I would like to respectfully ask that the Atlanta Hawks cancel this promotional night with Magic City. Further down on his post, he said, I'd like to encourage the league, its owners, employees, and fans to hold the Atlanta Hawks to a higher standard of what they find worthy of promoting. Along with this, Al Horford, among some other players, have vouched and have retweeted and have supported what Luke Cornett has said. Mm-hmm. Then there are other players that are just like, let them do their thing. Why are you insulting the institution? Most notably, Draymond Green, which should not surprise anybody that has been said.
Great.
The one area that I'm kind of surprised on is where the NBA is so big on, and I'm not trying to say it's not like a question as far as empowering women, because, hey, women have to be empowered if they're choosing to do this as a line of work. That's their choice with it. What I'm surprised is the NBA has been pushing the WNBA as, hey, don't just watch this because you think the women are attractive. You want to support this because they are incredible athletes and support the sport, and not to just look at them. And then there's the Atlanta Dream WNBA team, which I don't believe is yet to release any type of public statement on what side they feel with all this, because even though you're not having nudity or anything like that, it is promoting an institution that wants you to be viewing the attractiveness of women. And if you're in a sport where you're trying to show, hey, they're more than just a pretty face, they are badass athletes and what they can deliver, it does have a contradiction there on what the NBA is trying to present. People have been trying to have Adam Silver jump in about this. I have not heard anything from him. As of now, this night is still happening as scheduled, which is scheduled for this coming Monday.
On a Monday, by the way, which is hilarious. On a Monday.
On a Monday against the Orlando Magic. They chose that day,
of course,
to play the Magic for Magic City night.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I gave you a 2-minute summary of what the hell is happening, Mike Guido, where do you stand on it?
Okay. All right. Look, here's the thing.
I can't believe you hadn't heard about this at all this week.
No, not even a snippet, nothing. I have not heard anything about this.
This has been like the main NBA story of the week.
I cannot possibly get behind this.
And why
I can't possibly do that. because I'm kind of with Luke Cornett on this one. I just am. I'm sorry. Like, look, man, regardless of what your position is on adult entertainment venues, I'll say that, okay? I do not think there is a place for them in the world. Okay, fine. I do not think that they should be promoted in what seem to be family-friendly environments. Okay? Now, here's the thing. A sporting event, you can argue, is not necessarily a family-friendly environment, right? Because there's a whole lot of drinking and a lot of adults that are not on their best behavior and all that. Like,
and a lot of gambling.
As certainly, right? There certainly is a lot of that as well. I just think that there's a line that gets crossed here, I think. I don't know. I don't know that I can get behind it. I just can't, like, in my right conscience, support it. I don't know that I can. I don't know that I can get there. It's hysterical. I do think it's hysterical.
It's. I mean, this is the most news that the Atlanta Hawks have had all season.
Well,
this has been big. I mean, no, this is bigger. They have had more talks about this than the Trae Young trade.
That's so crazy. Look, I will give the Hawks credit for this. It is as attention grabbing and creative as the organization maybe has ever been.
Yeah.
It certainly is. If the goal was for people like us to talk about them, mission accomplished. Like, full stop, mission accomplished. Yeah, I just can't. I can't get behind it. I can't get behind it.
Because it is, and another thing with it as well is there is I guess over the last year, like I said, Magic City celebrated its 40th anniversary, and they have a 5-part docuseries on the Stars Network about it, which was produced by owner, filmmaker, and actor Jamie Gertz, along with music mogul Jermaine Dupri, Atlanta native. And it explores the history, cultural impact, and influence of the Atlanta landmark and features interviews with various rappers like Big Boy, Killer Mike, T.I., and others as it reveals its pivotal role in hip-hop and Black culture. So that is the reason that they're trying to use to say, like, hey, what it's brought to the hip-hop culture and everything on having it be, recognized for this night at the Atlanta Hawks basketball game. The thing is, it is a strip club. It is still a strip club. Like, no matter what it's done for the culture,
right?
It's still a strip club.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. But
no,
I think there are places where it's appropriate and places where it's not. Like, I tend to think that places like that are very, like, individually, they're very private to me, right? Like, if you want to partake and enjoy and whatever, it's a private thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not something that needs to be broadcasted to the general public. However, I will say the most hilarious part about this, real quick, the most hilarious part about this is that apparently they do have dynamite wings. That's really
their wings are apparently incredible.
That part.
By the way, currently, if you were to try to get a ticket on StubHub for Hawks and Magic on Magic City night, right now on StubHub, the cheapest seats available are currently $165 a ticket. $165 a ticket for the Hawks Magic game. If I were to go the game before, which Hawks are hosting the Milwaukee Bucks, the cheapest ticket to get in is $53.
Wow. Wow.
It is over triple the price to get in right now for Magic City night than it is for just another random Atlanta Hawks game.
From a publicity and a revenue standpoint, it's a brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. But I personally don't think I can support it. And that's fine. It's not for me. Just, it's okay. It's fine.
I will go to the post-game celebration.
There you go. There you go. Now, listen, sometimes that's all it takes, man.
Yeah.
Have a little booth in the corner or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, they have one reserved for me.
Yeah.
They got one already set. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're from the Mike and Josh show, right this way.
That's right. That's right.
And then they lead me straight to the dumpster out in the alley.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I see the sunglasses you wear. Like, you could be treated quite well, I think.
I don't know where to go with that.
Listen, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. That does it for us. That's Josh Tariff. I'm Mike Guido. And together we
You
sing.
are listening to Mike Guido and Josh Tariff. Buckle up!
We will be back next week every Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be here exclusively on the Grid Network.
Full of lemon pepper wings.
Mike and Josh. Mike and
Not
Josh.
a lemon pepper guy.
Mike
Not.
and Josh.
More of a garlic parm guy.
I'm a spicy garlic guy. I enjoy some lemon pepper, though. So we got to see how they do it.
Got to see. That's right. Listen, apparently Magic City has great wings. Maybe we'll test them out at some point later. We'll see you next week.